So Florian Marku has just become the WBC Silver Welterweight champion in his hometown, the city of Albania. The show was put on by Ben Shalom, boxer, shown on Sky Sports, free on Facebook. Let's talk about the post-fight here on BWTM Sports. Don't go anywhere. Okay, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and welcome to BWTM Sports. Glad you could join us. Now, first of all, want to say big thank you to Garguja, who just gave me the heads up about Florian Marku's homecoming in his home city of Albania, or his home of Albania, and fighting in with almost 12,000 people watching him fight, Albanians screaming for him against Miguel Parra Ramirez. So congratulations for Ben Shalom and Florian Marku for making the fight happen. For those of you who are Albanian, supporting Florian Marku as you would support your guy. The guy has become the WBC Silver Champion. I will be brutally honest to you, because I think if you lie to people, there's more disappointment at the end of it. For me, I really came across Florian Marku when he fought Ryan Charlton. I knew about Marku before, but the Charlton fight, obviously Ryan Charlton is a friend of the channel, seen him fight, and he did a good job against Charlton, the guy who was, almost two weight divisions below, fighting at lightweight, came up to welterweight, and he was able to hurt Marku in that fight, but Marku is the bigger, naturally stronger guy. So there was a lot of talk of Marku maybe going to fight Conor Benn. People thinking that Conor Benn wouldn't fight Marku because it's too much of a dangerous fight. But for me, looking at Marku, if I'm brutally honest with you, if you move the hype to one side, he's a bang average boxer. I have to say, coming from a kickboxing background, well, when I say bang average, when you look at the welterweight division, and let me just give you the welterweights division. I need to show you this, because if I don't show you the welterweight division, let me bring this up, then you'll understand what I'm saying about, well, it's a highly talented welterweight division that Mr. Marku is in. So I wouldn't want to lie to you and say, yeah, Marku's brilliant, he's fantastic. Let me just show you the top 10 of the welterweight division. Okay, there's your top 10 of the welterweights. Hope you can see that there. And I have to say, Florian Marku will find himself somewhere in that top 10. The number one is the champion is SPENCE JR. He will have a fight against, hopefully, Terence Crawford coming up, unified champion. Then you've got Keith Thurman, Virgil ORTIZ, ENNIS, Avasan, Ben, Ugas, and then the other name down there is the Green Machine down there at number 10. Mario Barras at number 12. And my boy, Rashidi Ellis there at number 14. If Marku is going to make himself into that top 10, obviously you've got the WBC Silver title. I'm not quite sure where he goes. I mean, their fights against Green Machine, I could see him fighting Mario Barros is a fight you could have. Conor Benn, now he's gone up to, he's going to be fighting at middleweight now, so forget him, or light middleweight. Avasanya is the fight I automatically thought that Marku should take next. Joron Ennis, stay well away from him. Virgil ORTIZ, stay away from him as well. Keith Thurman, stay away from him. Ugas, well, again, I'll probably tell him to stay away from him. The welterweight division is stacked. And I'm afraid to say, after seeing Marku again fight tonight, I just wasn't impressed against Parra Ramirez, who was just a very basic, straight up and down boxer. Had a decent jab, through combinations, nothing spectacular. Typical sort of Mexican fighter, will stand and trade with you. Marku looked like a guy that was a street fighter that was brought in the ring, swinging punches from out of distance. And anytime he was getting hit with good shots, he was doing a lot of things like dropping his hands and playing to the crowd. And that's fine showmanship. He was doing it too often. And then when he got cut, there was a lot of distress signals. He was like, start telling the referee what he should be doing. I'd never like to see that in a boxer. Never like to see that in a fighter. And then he got dropped in a fight as well. I mean, Marku's mouth is better than his actual boxing ability, his fighting ability. And I just think, and I'm not being rude here, I think there needs to be a reality check as to where he's going in the welterweight division and what he's doing. He needs to improve, seriously needs to improve if he's going to have any chance in the welterweight division. And me personally, I would keep him staying in Albania and fighting in Albania if possible, and make that like a home crowd for him where he can really thrive off that, and trying to get guys to come to Albania and get him to fight in Albania. Because I don't see him beating the top guys. I don't see him beating Thurman. I don't see him beating Virgil Ortiz. I don't see him beating Spence. I don't see him beating any of those guys. Ugas, so it's what they're going to do with him. What's the plan for him? And I hope that their fans they're not fooling their fans into believing that this guy is world class and he can go on to become a world champion. Not in the welterweight division. Sorry, it's not happening. You got Errol Spence there, and if Terence Crawford beats Spence, there's that. Conor Benn is moving up. Maybe if Conor Benn, if he loses, he can maybe get a fight against Conor Benn, but I didn't look that fight was going to happen. Don't know. Maybe if you can pull Josh Kelly back down to welterweight, maybe a Josh Kelly fight, Mario Barros fight, that might be an interesting fight because Thurman's fought him. That might be a good fight. But I just don't see where Marku's going. I don't see him as a marketable fighter. I really don't. He's a very average fighter. I don't know. And watching him fight tonight, I was more put off for Marku than I was engaged with him. People said it was a very exciting fight. I didn't think it was that exciting at all. I just thought I saw a guy there that was hyped up to be more than he actually was. And that's probably 30 minutes of my life I won't get back again. That's just being brutally honest. And sometimes you have to call it for what it is and not fall into the trap of the promoter's trap is selling a guy into being something that he's not. He's not a killer, like some people like to say. He might be the Albanian king, and that's fine, or TNT, but I didn't see nothing dynamite about his performance. I just think he'll have to be promoted very well and managed very well because if that guy Ramirez was almost making him have a life and death struggle at the point where he got cut in the eye and he started panicking and he's getting dropped and he was wide open to shots and he's getting hit. He was getting hit with, I'll be honest, he was getting hit with every shot in the box. If you want to hit him with the right hand straight, you can hit him with the right hand. If you want to hit with a jab, you can hit with a jab. If you want to hit him with the uppercut, you can hit with the uppercut. If you want to hit with the left hook, you can hit with the left hook. He was open for every shot in the book, and I think Florian Ramirez was that great. And if you're having problems with guys like that, and you're having to look to referee and look outside the room for instruction against guys like that, man, what are you going to do if you fight an Errol Spence? I'm sorry. I cannot understand. I cannot get. For me, I don't see it for me. I really don't. It's not for me, But I wish him all the best, Florian Marku. I really do. He's going to be one of those guys who's got to manage very well, like I said, because is that killer that he could unravel at any moment. From what I saw tonight, he's one of those guys who could unravel at any moment. So they have to kind of pick very carefully who they have in the ring with him. But as I'm seeing that fight, I naturally saw David Adesanya as the guy to fight next up. Adesanya don't sell tickets much, but he's a damn good fighter, you know, and he put Josh Kelly to sleep. So maybe Adesanya and Marku would be a nice fight in Albania. If you can get Adesanya to come to Albania, that'd be an interesting fight to have. At least you'd see where Marku really is. And if you can beat Adesanya, then, you know, maybe, I don't know, then we might look at a fight against Ugas. Maybe Thurman, because Thurman's not punching the same way as he used to. And if Marku can back up Thurman, I mean, this is all very wishful thinking. If you can back him up and work to the body, and Thurman's not the fighter he was, I think out of all the big welterweight names, Thurman is probably the most vulnerable. Because I don't know what Thurman's going on with his career. He's still talking like a big dog, but I don't think he's there. So, yeah, he says, good evening. Guys, good to see you dropping the wisdom again tonight, Ingram. Bit late to the stream. That's okay, bro. Just restarted. He's talking about Florian Marku and how there's a tendency to overhype a fighter. And I don't like seeing fighters constantly making excuses about their performances. Marku puts on performances and then there's excuses afterwards. And again, a lot of what tonight, I was rather put off by Marku tonight rather than wanting to see more about him. I was very put off by him tonight. I just didn't see anything that I wouldn't rush on to see Florian Marku fight. I wouldn't. You know, I only caught watching him fight tonight because somebody told me on YouTube that he was fighting. It was on free. I wouldn't have broke my neck to try and fight Florian Marku fight, you know. I don't know. He doesn't do it for me, to be honest. But I wish him the best. I really do. And boxing's about being a prize fighter, making as much money as possible. I'm sure Ben Shalom will make a nice package for him. You know, and I'm sure they'll do well, but I just don't see him cracking that welterweight division. Not the top welterweights, no. So, but anyway, other people can have a different opinion to me, and of course, I'm quite happy to hear what you've got to say. But please, you'll do yourself a great disservice if you think of Marku anything more than a European fringe world contender, because that's where it's at. If that, you've got to be good in putting on convincing performance against guys like Ramirez. Ramirez was not meant to make Marku look so bad in his hometown. He wasn't meant to make him look so bad. I don't think he was selected for that purpose. Oh, yeah, they selected a tough opponent for me. I like tough opponents. That's crap. That's crap. That's covering over the fact that you fought terribly. That's what it is. Your homecoming was about promoting you to get obviously more people seeing you fight, and also to promote you for bigger fights. That's what I would have thought the homecoming was all about. And, you know, for you to win the WBC silver title, well, you flopped. I mean, you flopped. You had to get off the canvas against a guy that I didn't know about and didn't particularly care about. Do you understand? So you're going to have to do something to wake me up and get me engaged with you. You know, a good saving grace for you, 12,000 screaming fans for you back in Albania. Go back and box in Albania again and put on a better performance. Or change your training team and improving your boxing skills, because you're going to need more than what you've got at the moment to really stick in the welterweight division. Just my thoughts, being honest. I just don't see it for you, mate. I really don't. But, hey, this is boxing. And funnier things have happened. So, that's where it's at. I mean, could you see Florian Marku fighting Terence Crawford? Florian Marku against Errol Spence? So it was a voluntary defense? Really? Rest was a disgrace. I thought he lost it. Well, I didn't think he looked great. I'm just being honest. I just didn't think Marku looked great at all. But I'm just calling it as it is. I'm not going to sit here. Oh well, he's fought in the UK, and listen, here's what it is. Sorry, Ben Shalom. I like you, brother. I like what you're doing in boxing. You're a breath of fresh air. About the Marku one, not me at all. And the commentator made it like, oh, this was an exciting fight. No, it wasn't. It was not an exciting fight. And at this level, at this time, and you're fighting in your hometown, you need to put in the best performance possible because people are watching. Ref stopped the round 10 early as well. Yeah, he did, because Marku was in trouble. Bravo, Marku, Albania, Falcon people. Yeah, well, okay. Good evening and welcome to BWTM Sports. The knockdown round. Yeah, that's it. Exactly, you're right there. They hurt Marku because he's got tons of Albanian fans. Yeah, well, that's fine. And that's great. But because you've got Albanian fans, it doesn't mean you can fight. It doesn't mean you're going to become a world champion. And I think they have to make it very clear that, this is I don't know if you want to call it a novelty, because when I look at Marku and I look at that guy at they used to fight as a heavyweight, now down at cruiserweight, a bridgerweight, can't remember his name again. Oh, the menace, or what his name is. See him bald-headed, managed by Dillian White. I can see him now. Oh my God, I can see his face. Can't remember his name. Babic. When I look at Babic and I look at Marku, apart from Babic is more exciting, he's got a bit of punch power there. Babic. I see Babic and Marku, similar types of guys, Babic has got a little bit more personality about him. And he's got a bit more of a likable personality, bit more, but it's the novelty factor. They've got fans, but having fans don't mean you can fight. There's a difference. And as long as his fans have not got the expectations of thinking this guy is world-class, elite, and as long as they're not thinking that, and the expectations are at a level which are achievable, which is a level that is, if he, I don't know, European champion, if he can win a European championship, yes, and then challenge for a world title when he can tighten up his defense and improve on his game. He needs to improve on his boxing. If he can do that, like a year from now, challenge for a world title. Don't know. And he can make it marketable, but all the best welterweights seem to be in America. So Marku will probably have to go to America and fight. I don't know. Yeah, who's won? Marku won. Babic, yeah, the Savage. I get you. The same gimmick vibes, yeah, the same ones. I'm feeling that. Marku won. Babic always struck me as a European Dave Allen. Not really. I wouldn't agree with you. I knew Dave pretty well. I knew Dave was an unbeaten fighter, and Dave used to be on the show nearly almost on a weekly basis. Dave Allen. I think Dave Allen was badly guided. I think Marku is. I don't know. Even at the end, right when they had him when he was asking for a microphone and stuff. I don't know. He sounded very. I don't know. Like the fight turned me off. First of all. Him getting knocked down was he even got buzzed by Ryan Charlton. He got buzzed by Ryan Charlton, and he made a meal of that fight. And then afterwards, he was asking for the microphone, and the way he was talking, it was like I was just completely turned off, But it's not me at the end of the day. It's not up to me at the end of the day. All I would hope for the Albanian fans, they get behind their guy. And he's a good fighter. Don't get me wrong. Marku's a good fighter. And I hope the Albanian fans continue to support Marku. But as long as they keep the expectation levels. Let's see Marku fight for a European title. The Albanian king, right? Let him stay king of Albania. Let him win the European Championship. That's why I go with that. Marku win. He's the best, and this right here, this comment right here, is where it begins. Right there, Marku win. He is the best. That comment right there is what I'm talking about. Expectation levels. Yeah, he's the best probably in Albania. He's not the best in the world. You might want to look at Errol Spence. You might want to look at Terence Crawford. You might want to look at Boots Ennis. You might want to look at Keith Thurman. You might even want to look at Rashidi Ellis. You might want to have a look at those guys. And look at your guy Florian Marku and think, how would he do against those guys? You know? Yeah. I mean, okay. If you want to say about Marku, what does Marku do great? Is he a big puncher? Not really. Is he a good mover? Not really. Is he got flashy combinations? Not really. What does he do in the ring that is so that makes him stand out from other boxers? Yeah, you start asking him questions, you know, and when you start bringing back the answers don't come back, you know, as positive, you know. I'm just trying to keep it 100% real in this channel. I don't sugarcoat things, and I certainly don't butter up to certain situations. It is what it is. I wish Marku the very best, but he needs to change his trainer. Good evening. Please smash the subscribe button, smash the like button. I'm not going to butter up the whole Marku thing. He's a good fighter, trying to make his living and make his money as a prize fighter. That's cool. But don't anybody come in there and tell me he's world class. He's going to be next WBC welterweight champion of the world. Please stop. Stop right there. If he does, if he becomes European champion, the boy's done very good. Coming from a kickboxing background, he's done very good. And I'll leave it right there. Please don't forget to subscribe. I'll leave your comments as always. Reference up a Marku all the way. Biased. Well, of course, it's in Albania. What do you expect? I mean, I wouldn't want to be fighting in my hometown or my home city or my country, and my own damn referee is working against me. I mean, you know, when Floyd fights in America, I mean, you saw Floyd when he fought against Hatton. The referee was helping Floyd in that fight. It was stopping Hatton, breaking Hatton's rhythm up. Hatton got frustrated and eventually got knocked out. Here's a man I haven't seen in ages. Cameron Gillen. Marku badly exposed, sadly. Hope you're well, Ingram. I'm good. Yeah, we're just talking about how he didn't look too great tonight. This type of referee and commentary puts me off boxing. Oh, yeah. Hell yeah, of course. Only the truck drivers from Albania believe in this guy. Wow. Marku is world class. Now I know you're trolling. Marku, no potential. Respect for Miguel. Oh, it's getting a bit painful here. Anyway, for those of you, please smash the subscribe button. Smash the like button. Smash. Keep hitting that like button for me. Subscribe to the channel. And if you like your football, if you like your FIFA, hey, get on to FIFA. I do FIFA here. I'm doing a Man United rebuild at the moment. Get on and watch the FIFA as well. Right, let me get out of here. There's a lot of people in the room. Check out our interviews with James Elibashir, who was the trainer of Alexander Usyk. Check out the interview I did with him yesterday. Very good interview about what he thinks Anthony Joshua needs to do next, and with Alexander Usyk as well. So check that out. Check out BWTM Sports. Got a lot of great interviews on the channel. And join us again. 94 in the room. 94 likes. No excuses. Yeah, smash those like buttons. We do like Florian Marku. But we're not going to tell you he's going to be a world champion. Let me get out of here now. Thank you all for watching as always. This has been BWTM Sports. And we're out of here. Thank you for watching, as always. And while you're at it, don't forget, check out our new channel, the Lagos Cricket Academy. Check this one out.